Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns has been absent from WWE since competing against Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel this year. However, Survivor Series is around the corner, and the OTC could be gearing up to make a blockbuster return. The upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw will be the penultimate episode of the Red brand for the upcoming Premium Live event. WWE doesn't have much time left for the build-up of the feuds and storylines for Survivor Series. Besides, the state of the men's War Games match has also been in shambles lately with a bare minimum build. Hence, Reigns is expected to return next week on Raw. There have been several notable hints that suggest his homecoming is on the horizon. Let's take a look at 4 signs. Roman Reigns is returning to WWE next week. 4. Advertised for Survivor Series 22-5. Survivor Series is one of WWE's major premium live events, and the company ensures to feature all its top stars in it. Roman Reigns is advertised for the annual spectacle and was even on the early poster of the plea, which indicates his inclusion. WWE has been using Reigns in the promotional materials and hype package videos for Survivor Series 2025. This suggests that the OTC will be competing at the marquee spectacle. With only 2 episodes of Raw left before the event, next week's Raw marks the most obvious place for Roman's homecoming. Hence, this is a clear sign that the Tribal Chief will return on the November 17th edition of Raw. To get involved in the build-up for Survivor Series. 3. Vacant spots in the babyface team for men's War Games. This week on Raw, WWE has officially revealed the participants of the men's War Games match, while the heel team has Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul. The babyface team consists of CM Punk, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes. The fact that there are 2 empty spots in the face team is a clear sign that Roman Reigns will return and fill one of those voids next week, Monday night. RAW currently has a lack of credible stars to be in Punk's team for War Games. While LA Knight is engaged in the Last Time Is Now tournament, Jimmy Uso has been away from television. Hence, one of those 2 spots in the babyface team is expected to be filled by Reigns, as he has been odds with the Vision. Lately, too, Roman Reigns has unfinished business with the Vision. Roman Reigns suffered a devastating loss at the hands of Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel this year. Since then, the OTC has been lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right time to clear some old debts. The fact that Survivor Series is around the corner and the Vision is in full force is quite an indication that Reigns will return next week. His hunger for vengeance will likely prompt him to come back on Monday Night Raw. The former undisputed WWE champion could show up next week to settle some old scores with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. This could ultimately integrate Roman Reigns in the men's War Games match, organically placing him in the babyface team. 1. Raw will emanate from Madison Square Garden next week. The upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw will head to the iconic Madison Square Garden. It is one of the world's most famous arenas, and WWE goes all out to make the shows truly unforgettable by pulling off major surprises and returns there. This is yet another major sign that the company is saving Roman Reigns' highly anticipated return for next week's Raw. The OTC made his return at MSG earlier this year in March to a thunderous pop from the WWE Universe. This has been the company's pattern to capitalize on the hype and buzz surrounding a superstar's homecoming. Hence, this is a very good indication that Reigns will return next week, since the show will take place at the iconic Madison Square Garden. For months, WWE fans have lived in a strange new world, a world without Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the longest-reigning world champion of the modern era, has been absent from WWE programming since the shocking betrayal that tore the bloodline apart and left the once unbreakable dynasty fractured beyond recognition. But now, everything is about to change, because, as reported earlier today, Roman Reigns is officially returning to WWE next week. And the entire wrestling world is bracing for impact. A storm long in the making. Roman's absence has not been quiet. In fact, every week without him has only highlighted how deeply connected he is to WWE's biggest storylines, with Solo Sikoa forming his own version of the bloodline, aligning with brutal newcomers and expanding his power. The question has always been, what happens when Roman comes back and sees what has become of his empire? Sources backstage claim that Roman has been watching everything from afar: the betrayals, the unexpected alliances, the disrespect, and he's coming back not to talk, but to reclaim what's his. One insider reportedly said, Roman isn't coming back for a reunion. He's coming back for revenge. The tension alone is enough to make next week's show one of the most anticipated episodes of the year. WWE officials preparing for major fallout. According to WWE officials, Roman's return will not be a simple appearance. This is not a cameo. This is not a video promo. This is a full-scale comeback, and it is expected to shake every brand: Raw, SmackDown, and even NXT. Roman's presence has always come with major consequences. Whenever he steps back into the ring, match cards change, storylines shift, title pictures adjust, superstar alliances crumble, and top-level WWE executives are reportedly preparing for multiple segments to be rewritten once the Tribal Chief speaks next week. One creative team member described the atmosphere backstage as electric but tense, noting that several current champions have quietly expressed concern about what Roman's return could mean for their positions. After all, Roman doesn't return unless he has a purpose. What is Roman Reigns coming back for? That is the golden question, and the wrestling world is split into three major theories to 1. Roman Reigns is coming back to destroy Solo Sikoa's bloodline. Most popular belief is that Roman is returning to reclaim control of the bloodline. Solo Sikoa has not only taken over, he has rebranded the group, recruited monsters like Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga, and positioned himself as the real head of the table. Fans remember Roman's chilling warning months ago: "You don't make the bloodline. I make the bloodline." With Solo ignoring that message and turning the group into a war machine, Roman is almost guaranteed to arrive with pure fury. Insiders say the current bloodline is preparing for a confrontation. Some members want to stand their ground. Others are unsure if they want to face the Tribal Chief head-on. But one thing is certain: if Roman Reigns walks into the arena next week, nobody in Solo's bloodline is safe too. Roman wants his championship back. Roman has been gone for months, long enough for new stars to rise, new champions to be crowned, and fresh rivalries to take center stage. But many fans believe Roman's return is tied directly to the world title picture. Some rumors suggest Roman feels robbed by the way he lost the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. With Cody Rhodes now deep into rivalries of his own, Roman may come back demanding a rematch, or he may bypass Cody entirely and target whoever currently holds power. Roman has never needed to be champion to dominate. But when he chooses to chase gold, he always changes the entire landscape. It wouldn't be surprising if Roman's first words next week include the phrase, "I'm taking back my title." 3. Roman Reigns is back for a massive WrestleMania. 41 build. Some backstage whispers hint that WWE has been quietly saving Roman's return to begin building the biggest WrestleMania storyline in years. A returning Roman Reigns, an unhinged Solo Sikoa, a rising Jacob Fatu, and increasingly independent USOs make for one of the richest and most explosive family sagas WWE has ever created. Imagine Roman coming back to announce that his mission is not just to reclaim gold or punish traitors, but to tear apart everyone who dared act like the dynasty could continue without him. This could lead to Roman versus Solo, Roman versus a reunited Usosa bloodline, Civil War. The return of legends connected to the family heritage. A WrestleMania main event months in the making. WWE rarely sets the stage this early, but Roman's return might be the spark. How WWE fans are reacting right now. WWE Universe exploded the moment rumors started circulating this morning. On social media, hashtags like hashtag Roman Reigns return, hashtag Tribal Chief, and hashtag Bloodline War began trending immediately. Many fans expressed excitement, but others worried about what Roman's return could mean for their favorite superstars. Several comments read, "Cody's title run is over. Enjoy it while it lasts. Solo is in big trouble next week. The real head of the table is coming home. SmackDown is going to be absolute chaos." Fans are not wrong. Chaos is exactly what Roman brings commentators and analysts' way. In wrestling, analysts across platforms are calling next week's show the biggest event since WrestleMania. Some believe Roman's return will come at the very end of the show, possibly during a major Bloodline segment. Others think WWE will open the night with Roman, creating shockwaves from the first minute. Either way, no one is expecting a quiet return. Roman Reigns doesn't return just to talk. He returns to conquer. Next week could be a message. It could be a warning. It could be a declaration of war, no matter what happens. Next week marks the beginning of a new era, one that will reshape WWE's entire foundation. The Tribal Chief is coming back, and when Roman Reigns returns, everyone falls in line.